Jose Aldo. Jose. Okay, I backed Pedro. Aldo is one of my old favourite fighters. You know, from WEC days. There's a lot of new fans that haven't seen that side of Aldo. You know, they lent into Aldo. They knew of him from McGregor era, which is not a good era. You know, that one punch kind of tainted for a little while his legacy. And Aldo is the best featherweight of all time, in my opinion. Holloway close up him in second place. Volkanovski making his own opinion. Like, Volkanovski's a better featherweight in my opinion than McGregor ever was. So if anyone's going to argue him in, you can leave. Now, what Jose just did to Pedro Munhoz, who is a real deal in this division. He arguably beat Frankie Edgar. He knocked out Cody Garbrandt. He is a top bantamweight. What Jose just did with his defensive shell, his lightning reflexes, his 1-2 was insane. And then he started going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. He just kept adding. And then those low kicks towards the end were going, why is Jose never kicking again? WEC days, he was known as the absolute leg kicker. That's all he did to shut someone down to start with anyway. He's been doing so much boxing lately. He thanked the military guys at the end in his post-fight. I'm not sure who these military guys are, but they've done a heck of a job with him because he looks so sharp. He's really done a number on his weight as well. Like, when he said I'm going down a weight again, he was already a big featherweight. So I'm thinking, okay, this is a bit strange, but let's see how it goes. He's really managed that weight cut well. He looks good. He was a lot bigger than Pedro. You can see that. Just height, reach, size, everything. Pedro really had to do a number. I don't know why Pedro on earth was doing these spinning attacks. I think maybe just to mix in something, maybe to give Aldo a different look, but it doesn't bother Aldo. Nothing bothers him because he's been there time and time again. The amount of 5-round wars he's had, you know, he beat Chad Mendes twice by finish. He's beat Frankie Edgar twice. The amount of people he's beaten in this division, the Korean Zombie, like, go through the list of Aldo. Nothing's going to faze him. At the end, those leg kicks brutalised Pedro Munhoz. He had no power in any of his part. His lead jab was slow and sloppy by the end. Pedro just got wiped out. It wasn't Pedro was bad. It wasn't he had the bad game plan. It wasn't he came in unhealthy. It wasn't any of this. Aldo looked phenomenal. So who do you reckon Aldo should get next? We'll talk about Pedro Munhoz another time because there's plenty of fights in him in this division. But Jose, for me, I'd love to see him face TJ Dillashaw. TJ got the arguable decision. It's a 50-50 coin flip in my opinion against Cody Sandhagen. Now, I put Cody down, maybe should have edged it based on damage because the control was kind of lacking or thereof. And who looked worse after the fight, who did implemented more, all that kind of stuff. TJ would have got, you know, is what it is. But TJ Dillashaw is back. He's the real deal. He needs a surgery. Jose's not going to want to fight immediately. Jose versus TJ for a #1 contender spot could be incredible. That could be the real thing. We haven't seen the matchup before. Jose looks so fresh, so fast, so dynamic. TJ looked really good as well, and TJ hasn't got a long time left in the sport. Let's face it. Jose, believe it or not, is younger than TJ Dillashaw. How is that possible? TJ, I believe, is 35, and Aldo and Munhoz were the same age. That's just ridiculous. That's how long he's been in this sport, but how young he was when he started. You know, he went 10 years undefeated, Aldo, and that's he's just ridiculous. His record now, I think, is like 13-7, so he's nearly got 40 pro fights. TJ's probably got about 20. Or around that mark anyway, correct me if I'm wrong. Aldo otherwise could face Sandhagen. Sandhagen needs a noticeable win on his record after that loss to TJ because, I mean, he's one fight again from a title shot, really. That he didn't really, no one lost or won that TJ fight. Yes, it's on the record, but I really don't believe he lost any credibility from that. And Aldo having such an impressive win over Pedro, that really does put a good name on Corey, and it puts him with a Jose Aldo win on his record if he can get there. And if not, Jose gets a nice Corey Sandhagen win on his record. That's impressive. If you have enjoyed this video, guys, remember to like it. Comment below, let me know what you reckon is good for both guys. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. See you in the next one.